Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. I've got a 5 cards, 1 kit with the Pink and Main February card kit. And I did a little bit of the unboxing for this kit in a haul that you guys might have seen. So I'm not going to do an unboxing because we got to make some cards today. But I will show you just a little bit real quick here. It comes with all these beautiful papers. Now these are basil paper, and they certainly have lots of different texture, which I'm going to hold these up to the camera and try to show y'all that. There's just a variety of textures and finish to these papers, which I like the variety. They can be challenging to stamp on, but they are beautiful, and I like having them in the kit for sure. Okay, it comes with sequins, enamel dots, some envelopes. It comes with beautiful papers, a stencil, an embossing folder, stamps, and dies. This kit is really spectacular. I say it every time I work with one, that if you are a beginner card maker, this is the best value, in my opinion, on the market, because you get so much to build your stash with that goes beyond just having a card kit to work on. Okay, so what I did in this working with a card kit this month is I sat down and I took the time to make myself a bunch of ephemera. I really like working with ephemera. Probably if there's anything that I wish was in a Pink and Main card kit that's not already there, it would be ephemera. But this month I made my own, so I sat down and stamped everything and colored everything, and I had lots of fun doing this. That is one thing I really appreciate about them not doing solid stamps, like with this kit, is that I could color it and make a lot of ephemera. And I really liked this sentiment that had the background halo. And so there's all the ephemera that I made. And now let's speed some things up here and make some cards. So this is my card number 1, and I'm just going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And this blue is really beautiful. It looks like denim almost, or chambray. It's really, really nice. So I knew I wanted to use it as my card front. And then I had cut off this little strip. I just thought it really tied all these colors in well together. If you're going to make your own ephemera, Pink and Main every single month includes a card that tells you what colors the box is based on. And if you take those colors and match them to whatever your favorite coloring medium is, which would be watercolor or alcohol markers or colored pencils, whatever it is that you like to use, it's great to coordinate to the color theme so that you know it'll match the papers and everything when you go to put everything together. I'd use enamel dots on this, on the little balls of the flower bouquet, and it's just the right touch. It adds such a nice look to the finished product. Okay, so I embossed myself a white card front with the embossing folder. I thought this embossing folder was adorable, and I'm so happy to have it in my stash because I know I'll get a lot of use out of it. Same thing kind of with this whole theme. I'm definitely sending a lot more happy mail now because subscribers are sending me mail and I get to send it back to them. And I send stuff to other crafty YouTubers that I collaborate with and everything. So I needed a good happy mail set, and that's why I took the plunge on this kit this month. All right, so this is another strip of paper, and it has a scallop edge that I really want, but I'm not being super fussy here. I'm cutting it and it's not perfect, and I really like it. I actually like it that it's imperfect. So I just kind of played around, and I really felt like the snail needed to be grounded right. They're like stuck to the ground. So it didn't feel right for him to be anywhere else for me on this card. And I really like the simplicity of this card, but it's not like, this is about as close to clean and simple as I really get. I always find that when I use my embossing folders in this way, I get the clean and simple look, but it's not too simple for me. So I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. And so I did pop up quite a bit of stuff today for the added dimension. And it's just a nice touch. So I brought in some foam tape and popped things up. Now you could put this on a white card base, but I wanted to bring in more of the patterned paper. And it's funny, I really thought this went with a lot of the sheets, so it took me a minute to decide which one I wanted to use, but I liked the subtlety of the pink dots. So I found myself today either looking for some subtlety or contrast. But yeah, I liked this one. Now you'll see that I have trouble today with my card bases. So I have my card bases pre-cut for me at Kinko's, and then I fold them. Well, the guy who cut my paper, God bless him, he didn't get it right. He's off by like 1/8 of an inch. So half of my card bases, which would be 250 of them, are 1/8 of an inch too big. And the other half, another 250 card bases, is 1/8 of an inch too small. These are things you don't notice until you get home and start making cards. So yeah, I had to make some adjustments. Okay, this sequin mix this month, I remember when I think it was Michelle that I saw, the owner of the company, do an unboxing, and she showed the sequins, and I was just like, wow. That was my response. I loved them. So you will see me using them in the cards today. There's just something about them. The combination of the colors that she chose is spectacular. Okay, I kind of laid these out like this, and I was like, I need to make a slimline card. And so that's what we're going to do next, is make a slimline. I cut my card base to 7.5 by 8.5. And on the 7.5 side, I score it 3 3/4, just so you know what my measurements are. And then for this piece, I'm going to cut it down to 3 by 3. I actually really liked it stretching like this all the way across from the top to the bottom, but I did end up cutting it into a 3 by 3 square, and it's fine too. I like the final card a lot as well. It was so quick to sit down and make these cards once I had my ephemera made. That was definitely the most time-consuming part. I decided to stamp on the basil, the green paper, and I decided to stamp on one sheet of pattern paper and then one sheet of white paper to give myself some variety with my ephemera. And so, of course you get coordinating dies, which is amazing because that makes it go a lot faster, but just coloring everything up takes time. This stencil was fabulous. I love that they include stencils in their kits. I like working with stencils a lot. And another thing about this kit is because she includes stencils, embossing folders, sometimes ribbon, definitely sequins, enamel dots. There's so many techniques that you can employ to make beautiful cards with the supplies that are in the kit. This is one kit that I don't find myself reaching for other things in my craft room. sometimes I'm crafting with other kits and I'm like really wanting to reach, but I want to stay within the box for you guys. And this is one that just, I don't tend to reach outside of the kit or wish that I could. I don't mind at all. And this is another one, like today when I made 5 cards, it's like, oh man, I could have made 10. I didn't have enough time to make 10, but creatively, I had enough sparks flying that I could have made 10 cards. So this is my slimline, and guys, I did decorate all of the insides of my cards, which I will show you at the end of the video, so stick around for that. I didn't go through the way I did the insides with you guys today because I really just made them quick and simple, and I didn't want to take up too much of your time. So I will just show you the full card when it's completed. Okay, I used more of those gorgeous enamel dots, and that is my slimline card. All right, I loved this piece of pattern paper. Again, when I saw the unboxing, I just loved it. I loved it so much, and so I knew I wanted to make a card with it. And this is the easiest card in the whole bunch. So it is just this beautiful piece of patterned paper and the sentiment die. That's seriously it. That's like all you need. That's what I love about patterned paper, is that you can make gorgeous cards so quickly and so easily, and then cheer more people up because you have more cards. I do seriously love working with patterned paper. Of course, I love working with stamps and dies and everything. But it is always nice to just have some beautiful paper. Okay, I am going to embellish this again with the sequins. And I tried to put colors in areas that they would be in contrast. So there's like turquoise sequins that I tried to put like in the bright oranges, yellow, that kind of area. And just make sure that wherever I put them, they would stand out and be seen and not blend in. You could do it to where they blend in. That was just where my head was at when I was making this. So, yeah, I mean, that is pretty much it. In fact, I kept playing like, is this really it? And it is. So I'm going to adhere this down to my card base. And then, of course, at the end, you'll get to see what I did on the inside of the card. Just so lovely. Okay, so I believe this is the final card. This is the 5th card. I wanted to use the stencil again, and I'm using the brand new Distress Oxide from Tim Holtz, and this is the Kitsch Flamingo. I think that's what it's called. And I love it. It is a beautiful color. This is definitely another clean and simple card. I just used a little stenciling, and I like the way it draws the eye from in a catty corner way, like from top to bottom. I brought in a sentiment, hugs and closed, and then I'm going to pop up that piece of ephemera I had made. And that envelope was lots of fun. It didn't take too long to color that one, really, because it is patterned paper. Again, I'm just going through and finding a background. And I had wanted more gray in this card for whatever reason, so I was delighted to see that there was a gray piece of patterned paper. So I was really excited about that. Okay, so I would have been very happy with the card if I could have left it here plus the sequins. But the bad card base strikes again. Oh, goodness. I am going to put this down and then realize that I have to trim it off. And when I do, the white card front piece is no longer matted evenly on the gray. See how much I'm having to cut off? Like, it's just enough to throw it off and make me unhappy. So then I think, okay, I'll peel it off and fix it. No, it's not coming off because that Glue Dots tape runner is really good. So I'm troubleshooting, tapping the fingers, troubleshooting. I am going to put some paper at the top. I want something extremely subtle. So I bring in this pink again. And I am just going to cut myself teeny little strips, like they are probably the 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to put one at the top and one at the bottom. Sorry, I don't know if y'all heard me yawn just now, but I couldn't help it. Oh my gosh. These are real moments. So, yeah, that was my fix for this card. And it works. It's not anything I would have thought of on my own, which is the kind of the fun thing about card making is when things go wrong, honestly, because it forces me to go a different way, to try something new, to do something that when everything's hunky-dory and lines up, I wouldn't think of doing it. So I think it works for this card, even though it wasn't what I had planned. So I am sharing that with you. Maybe you have a similar experience. Okay. So I want to bring in just the iridescent sequins, in the clear, the white. I'm wanting the sequins for the shine, but I don't want them to be distracting. I really like the simplicity and the softness of this color palette, and I want to maintain that. So I was really, careful about which sequins I chose here as well. These are my 5 cards. I hope you're not yawning. I hope I kept you interested. And here are the insides. So the inside of that one. And I love that card. Those blue flowers are just so pretty. And this one makes me happy. I think that snail is super cute. I did paper piece him and colored him up with my Copic markers and used a gel pen and just added 3 green sequins. I was very particular about my sequins tonight, trying to place them just right. And then we've got this lovely, which, it doesn't get much easier than that. And here's how I finished off the inside of that card. By the way, the inside strips are all scraps from my original card designs. So I didn't have to cut any additional paper. I love the slimline. Hopefully you do too. The inside is really fun too. I love everything about this card. I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. I'm happy with all of them. They just make me happy. And I know when I send them, they're going to make someone else smile too. I'm just sure of it. And this little beauty, no one's even going to be any the wiser of what kind of edits I had to make. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't. And come back, check me out again, and have a beautiful day. Bye.